Playing outside. Let's explore a parallel chromatic reality, and I'll even help you find your way back. Hi, and welcome to the Saxophone Academy. I'm Dr. Wally Wallace, and if you're interested in saxophone masterclasses and product reviews, please do subscribe and be sure to hit the like button to unlock the mysteries of the Bermuda Augmented Triad. Now, today is the third in a three-part series of dealing with the pentatonic scale. In part one, we dealt with it in a diatonic fashion using rhythm, space, and range to create interest. In part two, we explored surround tones to create even more chromatic interest in our lines. Now, today we're exploring chromatic shapes, getting even more exotic, and we've got a built-in masterclass on alto and tenor to get you playing some exercises. But first, a bit of housekeeping. I've been a bit behind on the fundamentals course, and I do apologize. I will be updating that very soon and actually adding in some more really cool content. So thank you for your patience. I promise that's not abandoned. It's going to be perpetually updated, expanded, and improved. It's my ongoing way of teaching and giving you as many free resources as possible. Secondly, those of you that ordered the 56 Select, the limited run we made with Wally, they are in stock and shipping now. So I'm very excited to get your hands on these. We did order a couple extra, so if you did want to grab a 56 Select before they're gone, I'll put a link down below and you can grab maybe one of the couple that are left in stock. Now, today we're talking about chromatic shapes, taking a key signature of D, saxophone D, and stepping slightly into an alternate reality, creating some very interesting sounds. Now, these are sounds you'll hear quite commonly in modal jazz, the music of Miles Davis, Wayne Shorter, and a lot of my favorite Blue Note records of the 1960s. So one of the defining characteristics of modal jazz are long stretches of a single key area, or sometimes a huge stretch of even a single chord. So riddle me this, sax man. If our job as soloists is to outline chord changes, what do we do when 60% of the song is only one chord? Kind of see the problem with that thinking, which is why I always promote thinking of soloing as building melodies over key areas. Now, in that context, we're doing some of the very similar things as to outlining chords. When you're building melodies, you're gonna hit chord tones, but it's a slightly different way of thinking about it that can help you achieve the goal perhaps more easily with some added benefits. More melodic lines, and you get to keep your sanity. So today we're going to be exploring a long stretch of D minor, like we have in the previous sections, and to add interest, we're going to unlock the E-flat minor pentatonic scale. It's like an alternate reality right next door that's so very close, yet so very different. It's like if the French had fought off the Nazis in World War II, and the CG Con company stayed open, and now everyone was seeking Con 6Ms rather than Mark 6s, and everyone uses their blinker when driving. It's close, but very, very different. So we're going to hear some exotic sounds today and get you playing some cool exercises. Keep an open mind. So a quick refresher. The D minor pentatonic scale we've been using is D, F, G, A, and C. And we're going to add in the tones of the E-flat, one half step up minor pentatonic, which is E-flat, G-flat, A-flat, B-flat, and D-flat. If you'll notice, these are all very close to the chord tones, but one half step off. So altogether, now we have two pitch collections that add up to 10 total pitches, which can be quite overwhelming. So rather than just get you playing tons of exercises with billions of chromatic alterations, I want you to start to practice and explore some of these sounds on your own just by goofing around. So rather than being overwhelmed by a collection of 10 notes, let's take the first two notes of each of these pitch collections, the first two notes, and let's experiment playing the D minor and the E-flat minor, slipping in and out of the home key, and just get a feel for how they sound. Now, after you mess around with that for a while, let's just simply add the third note of each of the scales. So we have a collection of 6 notes. Practice playing the D minor, slipping into the E-flat, and back home to get a feel for that tension and release that happens. Now, using your superpower of pattern recognition, you can probably guess that 4 notes comes next. So now we have a collection of 8 notes, which is a lot, frankly. It's more than a major scale, not including the octave. So it gives us a lot of tools to play around with, experiment going up and down and seeing what happens when we move from that D minor to the E flat, and experiment going back and forth. Have some fun and goof around a bit. Then when you're comfortable, try going up the entire D minor pentatonic and switching in between the E flat minor pentatonic. Don't have to create hard and fast rules of when to switch over. Just goof around and experiment and see some of the exotic sounds you can create. Now, a word of caution. When students first start these exercises, they generally start to practice the patterns ascending, and they seldom practice starting at the top and descending. So make sure you practice starting at the top and mixing in all those juicy notes on the way down. Now, for some of you, these may be very new and unique sounds. You may not like them. You may even think they sound bad. That's okay. You don't have to love every style of music. This is not something you have to do. I don't like to have any have-tos in music. Music should be fun. Again, let's not ruin a perfectly good hobby. But as your teacher, it's my job to expand your palette and get you listening and exploring some new ideas and concepts. Modal jazz, to the uninitiated, it's kind of like a bourbon or a strong dark roast coffee. It's a complex flavor that you kind of have to slowly get some exposure to start to expand your palate. But once you start to appreciate it, it can unlock a whole world of amazing music you may really come to love. Or not. It's your choice. No judgment by me, certainly. So let's get you playing. We've got some call and response exercises. I play 4 bars. You repeat back to me, trying to match the style and inflection and articulation as closely as possible. For each of the exercises, first we have a simple diatonic, meaning just using the D minor pentatonic, all the notes within the key. And then we do the same phrase, but adding in some of the E flat minor pentatonic to see how we can spice things up. As always, take your time. You can practice them slowly using the gear icon or the 3 dots if you're on mobile. Slow down the exercises. We have these for alto and tenor. Have some fun with them. So as a reminder, this should be fun. Don't get stressed out. Practice them. If you hate them, revisit them later. Maybe just get a little bit of a taste of these rather exotic sounds. I know I've not been uploading regularly to YouTube. I intend to change that. I want to be here each week making sure you're getting to work. I've missed you, my darlings. So I will be back next week with some more exciting lessons. We've also got some cool product reviews coming up. And until then, go practice.